Hello, friends. I'm excited to share with you a thought today. The blessing of being a mom, a wife, a homemaker. Tonight, I look around my home and there are all of these messes. Dishes in the sink, food on the table, toys on the floor. But I can come and I can bring order. I can bring peace to our home. This week, my husband was gone. He was away for about 4 or 5 days, and things had added up. I had been just having fun with the kids. It was quickly came to be bedtime, and I got them all in bed, and I looked around our home. And if my husband, on a normal night, he would empty the dishwasher for me, or he would help me get all the dishes in the sink, or he would encourage the kids to pick up and help. But tonight, it was just easier to get them all down in their beds, and for me to just do it myself. But something I have to watch out for, and maybe you do too, is the perspective I have when I am tidying my home and when I look around and see a table that needs to be wiped off, toys that need to be picked up. Sometimes my perspective is that my home is a museum. Everything needs to be in perfect order all the time, and when it's not, it can feel overwhelming. Or if I see my children making a mess of all their toys and just scattering toys all over their room or all over the living room, I can quickly think, I'm gonna have to pick that up later, and it feels like a burden. Lately, when I've cleaned up our home, it's a time that I find relaxing, a time when I pray for my family and my husband, a time when I look at these little toys, these school papers on the counter, and I think, wow, I can't believe my daughter is already in school, and I begin to pray for her. I pray for her classmates, I pray for her teacher, and I just thank the Lord that she's doing well, that she loves school, which I can tell you I did not as a child. It was not my teacher's fault, I don't think. I loved being home. But the fact that she loves school and loves her teacher, I'm just so grateful. And so I just pray and talk to the Lord about her and her stage of life. What's the difference? Why right now do I find picking up after my family a blessing and a time when I can pray for them and a time when I think, wow, this is a way that I get to love my family, cleaning up after them, putting away dishes to be used again tomorrow? What's the difference between that perspective and the perspective of just being bothered and burdened by all the messes and the hopelessness, the little bit of desperation sometimes that I feel when I'm like, I'm going to have to wake up and do all this again tomorrow? The difference between those two views of my home is my perspective. If I simply shift my perspective to gratitude, cleaning up my home, caring for my family day after day, it's not a burden. It really is a privilege and a blessing. I'm sure many of you have seen a quote on Pinterest that goes like this: I'm grateful for early wake-up calls. That means I have children to love. I'm thankful for a messy house, because that means I have a place to live. I'm thankful for laundry to do, because that equals clothes to wear. Dirty dishes, because that equals food to eat. Crumbs under the table, because that equals family dinners. A lot of noise, because that equals children having fun. Endless questions, because that equals a child eager to learn. And I'm thankful I get to go to bed tired and sore, because that means I get to be alive. Having this simple shift in our perspective to gratitude will change everything. When my husband and I were dating in college, I think we might have been engaged at this point in time, but my husband was working 2 or 3 jobs, and he would go to classes all day from 8 till 1 or 2, and then he would grab a lunch and then drive straight to his other job from 3 till 7, I believe. And then after that, he would go and clean apartments or clean businesses, and he was just very, very busy, and he was working so hard. And oftentimes for dinner, he would grab a sack lunch from the college, and so for dinner he would just have a ham sandwich and a bag of chips. And then on the weekends, he would need to do laundry. He usually didn't have time to even do it at the college. And so to save some money from doing it at the college on the weekends, he would go home and do it there. And he was also involved in a ministry on the weekends, and he was just always busy, working hard, trying to be very frugal with his money because he was saving to get married. And I just remember having two thoughts. And one was, I cannot wait until we're married. I cannot wait to cook him a home-cooked, warm dinner. And I can't wait to do his laundry, just to make that easy for him, not to worry about, for him just to have clean clothes in his drawers and ironed dress shirts in his closet. I just couldn't wait to do those things for him because of how hard he worked and just the good person that he was and he is. And so thinking through that perspective of I could not wait to do the things that I am doing now, and how grateful I am for my husband and all that he does for our family. And I'm grateful for my children, that the Lord has blessed us with 3 beautiful children, the opportunity to raise them for him, to love them, care for them. If I view my home and my family through gratitude, my perspective is instantly changed. If you, like me sometimes, are in the perspective that my home is such a burden, I do not have enough time in the day to do everything that I need to do, you are definitely not alone, and I think every mom, especially mom of little ones, can relate. But just a couple things to help you get out of that mindset, but also help you manage your home so you do not feel that way constantly, is number 1, sometimes when we're feeling overwhelmed or burdened by our home, we're too busy. We've committed ourselves to too many things, or sometimes we just put things on ourselves that we don't necessarily have to do. Condensing your to-do list to the absolute most important things usually helps me. Secondly, is am I practicing gratitude? Sometimes you need to stop listening. I need to stop listening to my feelings and my thoughts, and I need to talk to myself. I need to tell myself, you are so grateful to have a home, a family, a husband to care for. Stop acting like this is such a burden and be grateful. And I have to tell myself that. And so maybe you need to tell yourself that and start talking to yourself and be so thankful for the day that the Lord has given you, the family, the husband, and the home that he's given you. Thirdly, have set cleanup times. I know this isn't rocket science, these points, but these things really do help me. I know before nap time and before bedtime, usually we all pitch in and tidy up. Sometimes they need to go right to naps or right to bed because we've had a late night or we've pushed nap time. So sometimes they need to go right to bed, and then I know, okay, I'm going to set a timer for 10 minutes now that they're down. Honestly, I can probably get this stuff done in half the time. So just have set pickup times so you're not looking around your house all day thinking, oh, I need to pick up those toys. Oh, wow, there's dishes piling up. If you have set times, you can look at your house or your sink and know, I will take care of that at that set time. Right now, I'm just going to be present and doing what I need to do right now. Whether that's taking care of the baby or reading a child a book or playing with them. But having set pickup times really helps me not feel overwhelmed. And then lastly, your routines. Routines are so huge as a homemaker. In the Bible, in Proverbs 31, it says that virtuous woman in Proverbs 31, she looketh well to the ways of her household, or eateth not the bread of idleness. So she looks well to the ways, the routines, the goings of her home. Look well to the routines. Are you using your time most efficiently? Look at your home. Look at your routines. Maybe you need to consolidate. Get rid of some things, put some things in a closet, and just make it easier for yourself not to have to tidy up so much every day. Or you just minimize the stuff on your counter. Or honestly, I used to have a lot of throw pillows on our couch. I just put a lot of those downstairs. I know there'll be a time when I can have throw pillows on my couch, but now is not that time. They all just get thrown all over the living room, and I'm the one that is always picking them up. So I just put them away to make it easier on myself. But whatever it is, look around your home. You are the guide of your house. What time of the day is hard? Is it right when everybody gets home from school? Maybe you need to have color sheets laid out on the table with some crayons and a little snack so everyone is not cranky, begging you for food, and doesn't know what to do with themselves. Just look at the problem areas that you have throughout your day, throughout your routines, or in your home. It could be a specific area that's constantly disorganized. But you are the guide of your house. I am the guide of our house. If something is not working, figure out a solution. We do not need to be overwhelmed in our homes. Our homes should be a place of peace, organization, order, of love. And so work to create that in your home. But most importantly, the thing that I wanted to emphasize is just our spirit, our perspective of gratitude. Thank you all for listening, and thank you all for watching today's video. I'll see you guys in the next one.